Thank you. I just want to tell you a positive story about the Law Society.
It is not the adoption, lay benchers, of a statement of principles that's going to bring shame from the public on the Law Society. Sorry, it's not getting rid of the statement of principles. I'm speaking off the cuff. I got rid of my remarks.
Unfortunately, I have no email at my personal residence.
I am a sole practitioner in a backwater, Prince Edward County.
I'm a racist.
We received the great number of votes.
Have you heard? There's a country out there where they promote a particular value and they ask lawyers to voluntarily affiliate themselves with it.
I have had to promise to them that I will promote equality, diversity, and inclusivity.
And look at their definitions of what things mean.
I can voluntarily adopt my own personal and private statement of principles.
No specific form required.
So we're going to make a space for those who believe in this to say so.
It won't be audited.
It's still, when you look at it, is all about the Law Society encouraging licensees to advance diversity. Diversity in the small d is a valuable idea up to a point.
What's next? If the Law Society can tell you to do this, say this, what's the next step?
And now consider in 1970, during the October crisis, that lists were drawn up.
How will this be used in the future? What form of encouragement will I be subject to?
I remember Paul Pot talking about an accelerated culture shift when he marched all of Phnom Penh out into the rice fields and the killing fields.
When people were interned without trial during the Second World War,
This is the first step to tyranny.
when people said, I disagree with conscription, and they were taken to Camp Petawawa, when the mayor of Montreal was arrested outside Montreal City Hall and put into internment without trial for 5 years.
Racism, sure it exists, but is it systemic? That's a very harsh word, very leap of logic to use.
If you're white, you're racist.
And I interpret that to mean that all of the previous benchers and treasurers who've acted over the years for this society have constructed a racist organization and institution.
We're not a history of exclusion in this Law Society. We are a history of inclusion.
We've, in the last number of years, how many racialized candidates have been called to the bar? It's huge.
Look at us, all around us.
That audience that I seen was so multicultural that it makes this body look white.
We have black people, we have white people, we have old, we have young.
My call was incredibly diverse.
We have Jews, we have non-Jews.
I've been to all the calls this month, and they've all been incredibly diverse.
We have Native Canadians.
It may not be systemic racism that's the cause.
Because racism exists. But it exists across all nationalities. It exists across white nationalities. It exists across colored nationalities.
It's almost as if you're not allowed to say what I just said without being called a racist.
The folks on the Stop SOP platform were variously called racists and bigots on Twitter.
I don't need the ad hominem attacks.
The right-wing religious zealot.
An extremist fundamentalist zealot.
I'm a racist because of who my mom and dad are.
Racist, bigot, zealot.
We should be able to think what we think.
But I don't know about you, when I cross-examine a witness, I'm not interested in being polite to them, no matter who they are or what they are.
Whoever that person is that is laid in front of you, he's white. He's a racist.
I don't see how we're leading to anything other than tribalism.
It's the so-called people of privilege whose minds you want to change. Listen to some of us.
I'll reserve the rest of my time for Venture Klippenstein.
Not sure what that means, but Venture Klippenstein, please proceed.
Well, you could just write on a paper, F the Law Society, seal it, put it away, check the box.
We all did a great job, so thank you very much.